Okay, so as a licensed realtor here in Las Vegas, I kind of wanted to give you a summary of some of the things you need to do if you're going to be buying in 2021 or 2022, whatever. It's going to kind of be the same thing. Okay, step one in your home buying journey of 2021 would be find yourself a good licensed real estate agent. I am a Las Vegas realtor here, and so full disclosure, I'm a realtor. You gotta find a good one. You meet a lot of crap out there. So if you have any really good recommendations from someone, or if you just found this really cute guy on YouTube or Instagram that has a good set of hair, it's really cute, that's always nice. But joking aside, find yourself a really good realtor. So if you have any recommendations from friends, those can go a long way, because it can really just help your process go extremely smooth. A realtor is there to help you and help educate you, walk you through the whole process, and protect your money. When you're making a home buying purchase, you're putting up earnest money, which is typically, depending on the price range, anywhere from $3,000 to $15,000 on up. So if you miss some of these crucial steps in the process, your money could be gone. It could go to the seller. One of the cool things too is that if you are a buyer, which is typical right now at least, you don't pay any commission. So the seller's agents, the sellers are the ones that are paying for your buyer's commission. So it's free to work with, and it's honestly really hard to do for sale by owner. So if you want to do it, go for it. Let me know how it goes. Leave a comment down below. Step two would be find yourself a good lender. Ask whatever realtor you already connected with if he can recommend some, because through trial and error and just over the span of a realtor's life, because we're super old, they might have found a couple that have worked really well. A good lender is going to be really responsive, and you don't want someone that's not on top of it when it's your financial documents, asking you at the 11th hour of a transaction to get you a ton of stuff or sign a bunch of different things or delay the transaction, especially if you're moving from another state. It can just be a giant headache. So get a good lender and get pre-approved. So step three, this is actually the fun part, right? You get to sit down with your realtor, and then you get to come up with a really good plan to help find that home. We do a lot of relocation for our team, and so maybe we won't sit down in person, but we'll talk on the phone. We'll go over what your criteria is, because I'm sure you and your spouse, or you and your significant other, or just you and your dog have some specific criteria that we're gonna need to find for that house to be the one that you really want. So we'll go over that. We'll create a great search. You're still more than welcome to use Zillow, Redfin, whatever. They're just not always as up to date as the Las Vegas MLS is. So that's kind of why. I also have a MLS app I let a lot of clients use as well. So if you kind of like to search on your own, that works too. But then we get to start going in houses, right? So we get to go in some houses, see if it looks as good as it did in the pictures, because most likely it's not. They're taking those with the best intentions and trying to make that house look as nice as possible. And anytime we see some photos with like those wide fish angle lenses, I can spot that crap so fast. So if you see something like, oh, Steve, this looks so awesome, I'm just like, guys, that looks really small. That's probably a 10 by 10 room, and I know you're looking for something bigger. So let's move on to the next one. Also, just while we're on the topic of home shopping, there can be some pitfalls too that can be avoided, like maybe that house was located on a major street and we didn't really realize looking at the listing photos, but when you look at the map view, Google Earth can be your friend. It can save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. It can save me a lot of time and a lot of headache. So yeah, let's do that as well. Step 4, you got to submit an offer once you find that house. In this economy and this market right now, it might take you a couple of times, but you get to submit an offer. So what I'm seeing right now in homes that are, under $500,000, especially in like the 400 to 300 range, it's very competitive. So you need, right now in today's market, you need to make your offer as strong and as appealing as possible. A lot of buyers are offering money above the appraised value. And there's a lot of different tactics and things we can do to help sweeten up your deal, maybe to dangle a little carrot in front of the listing agent to kind of have them look at it without you necessarily having to pay a ton out of pocket. And we can kind of go further into detail in another video, but there's a lot of ways we can do, and I still am having a lot of success with the clients getting into homes, even at some lower price points right now with some of the things we're able to do. And with a really good lender too, sometimes they can work things around to maybe free up some money so you can maybe come up with a little bit above without really having to spend any extra money. Step 5 is called the waiting game. So kind of sucks, right? You throw your offer, you're so excited, you're like, I want this house, please. You go to bed, you're dreaming about this house, and you have a timeline that they're supposed to respond by tomorrow at 5 p.m. on your offer. And a lot of times it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes they'll respond whenever they decide. Right now in this market, there are so many offers, they might not even see yours. So your agent needs to be continually bugging the listing agent. Have you seen our offer? How are we doing? Try to get some information. And right now, a lot of sellers are selling, and they're also selling with multiple offers. So they're doing like a multiple offer contingency thing where they're throwing out saying, hey, we've got tons of offers, send us your best and highest. So that's a possibility right now in 2021 as well. So, but anyways, they're supposed to respond typically whenever your deadline be put, normally 24 hours. It can be later, but that's kind of the game. Or if you just have kind of a really crappy offer, they just might not respond at all. So don't do that unless you just don't care and you just like spending time with me, then that's okay. But buy me more Diet Coke. Okay, the next step, once they've actually accepted your offer, now we have a little bit of work to do. Whether you're doing lending or you're doing a cash offer, there's different things we might have to do. But for and foremost, at least in the Las Vegas market, we're gonna definitely try to get you in there and get a good due diligence period. A due diligence really is just your time to inspect the property, your time to go by, see if it's what you thought it was, if you still liked it. You can cancel for any reason you deem possible in that time period. A lot of times we'll see anywhere from 10 to 15 days, not calendar days, just actual calendar days, not business days, Steve. Okay, yeah, 15 days is what I shoot for. So in that time period, you go there in person. We'll do virtual tours if you're not able to do. Also, we're gonna be hiring an inspector. And when I say we'll be hiring an inspector, I might give you some good recommendations, but you'll be paying for it, roughly $400. And you get a good inspector. And that is really crucial too, because I've talked about this in a couple other videos as well, but if you're buying anything older than 10, 15 years, which is the majority of inventory in Las Vegas, you just want to make sure that you really know what you're getting into, because it can be costly if you don't. During this period, when you're doing the inspections, you'll also be doing a repair request. A repair request is a form you fill out, and it's basically saying, hey, we're doing our due diligence period, and we want you to take care of, as the seller, these items that are wrong with the property. Guess what? Everything's negotiable though. They might say no, because maybe they had so many backup offers that they're gonna just be like, I don't have to do anything and I'm gonna sell this property. That happens. There are other times where they're like, oh yeah, you're paying a great price for this property. I wanna make sure it's taken care of, and they'll fix everything. And in between, maybe they'll give you a little bit of a cash credit so you can take care of it, or maybe you don't even care about it, but you want the cash credit and you'll spend it on upgrades after you get into the property. So that's kind of how that works. And the other parts of that process also involve an appraisal, where if you're doing any type of financing, the bank's gonna wanna make sure that your home appraises so that they can actually lend you the money. If it doesn't, we'll have to renegotiate as well. And then also your loan approval. You're gonna be wanting to get, I shoot for about 21 days in a contract to get you full loan approval. That basically means if by some chance we're not able to get approved for your loan, let's say day 18 that we've been in contract, the lender just says, oh, you know what, Tony, I'm gonna say Tony. You know what, Tony? It's not working out. Some stuff came back on your credit report that we didn't catch before, or maybe you lost your job. You're able to cancel and get your earnest money back. That's why a good realtor is really looking out for those dates for you to have that happen. After that happens, we're still going, it's still the same number, guys, all right? After that happens, you will then be doing majority loan related with underwriting and loan approval and all that. And then you have the final walkthrough where you go through, and if your seller did do any or offered to do any repairs, we'll go through, make sure they're all taken care of, and then we'll go ahead and we'll sign. Closing time. I've got such a beautiful voice. I know you thought that too. So the next step is actually the closing. So you sign after you get full loan approval, everything's been done. You agree that the seller has completed the repairs like you asked them to, and it's all satisfactory. You do a walkthrough typically 5 to 3 days before you close. Once that's done, you go ahead and you sign. Then all that's left to do after all parties have signed and the loans have been funded or the cash has been transferred is just wait for it to record. And then that beautiful house is yours. You get a kiss on the cheek from your realtor. maybe a giant hug if it's not during Rona times, and that's it. Then you get to move in. So yeah, recording, depending on when everything was signed and funded, can be same day if it gets done early enough. I think the cutoff typically for when the title company sends that out, it's about 2 to 3 p.m. But yeah, you could record same day, which is awesome, unlike some other states, or be the next business day. So that's it. Now you get to celebrate because you purchased a house. So hopefully this helps you understand a little bit of the Las Vegas market. Buying a home, it is a little different than the years before, but not so much. And I think the key takeaway is just find some good people, whether it's me or not, just some really good people to help you along your home buying journey, because it will make everything so much easier. So thanks for watching. If you had any questions or comments, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm actually on Instagram too, so if you want to see like cute pictures of my kids, me sometimes not wearing all my clothes, I don't know why I said that, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's @BattlebornSteve. And thanks for watching.